Hello and welcome to the first episode of a brand new series here on the Bonus Points. It is called Do Your Worst. And as always, on the Bonus Points, I'm being joined by Oli. Hello, Oli.
Hey, man. How you doing?
Are you ready to do your worst?
I think so. I'm a bit nervous, but I'm just going to let it show.
So, right, I'll explain what the concept of this is. It's quite simple. Basically, we have a bunch of just general gaming questions or statements, and we're basically going to answer these questions. But the idea is, rather than trying to give good answers, we're going to try and give the worst answers we can. And then we're going to decide between us who gave the worst answer to each question. And then every week every episode, we're going to decide who is the worst out of me and Ollie, which is something that we both want to be the worst. Yeah. If it doesn't make sense, it will be very clear once we get started, which we're going to do right now. So these questions we've just decided among ourselves. Some I came up with, some Ollie did. It'd be great in the future if people can leave suggestions and then we can pick questions. But if you're wondering where we got these questions from, we made them up and then we've kind of planned a few silly answers to them. Does that all make sense?
I feel like the questions as well, an important thing about the questions is that they are almost real.
Yeah.
So when you write your questions, think about like the headlines you've actually seen rather than just like thinking of anything.
The questions are normal, boring questions.
Yeah.
And then, I guess we'll see what the answers are going to be. So, right, let's go back and forth. So the first one is Microsoft just purchased this for $90 billion. Okay. And then,
shall I go first?
Yeah, you go first.
Okay, Microsoft just purchased 100 billion Microsoft points.
It's funny also, I've got a bunch of nostalgia from Microsoft. They're buying them from themselves.
Yeah, so I was trying to remember how much 800 points were, and I couldn't remember if they were a tenner or like 6 quid or what. So I was like, 100 billion Microsoft points sounds like enough.
Yeah. Right. Microsoft purchased Greg's Bakery for $90 million.
But then what are they going to do with it? What are they going to do with
it? Sell sausage rolls.
They could do it. I guess they could do an Xbox donut for 100 billion.
They've released a fridge. They're getting there. They just need to do an oven now.
Okay. So for $90 billion, Microsoft has purchased the bonus points. And now we're living it up. Can't you tell?
I didn't know we were going to reveal it yet. Okay. For $90 billion, Microsoft has purchased the bonus points.
No.
We got our first match. So another rule I didn't mention is that if ever we have a match and say the same answer, the little klaxon goes off and we get a match.
No way. God, you did well to hide that. I thought that was a really good answer.
Or if you watch it back and see my reaction when you say it, I'm like... I did joke around with Ollie that anytime we get a match, we just end the episode there. I'm glad we didn't do that. That would be the shortest first episode.
Okay, so this one's a bit of a dig. Not at you. I feel like maybe it's in bad taste now I've written it. Microsoft has purchased for $90 billion Quantic Dream. Because I don't think they've ever made a good game.
They make a lot of money, though.
Their games are so rubbish.
Sony seem happy with them.
I can't remember a game of theirs I played where I thought that was good. That was AAA. That's a Sony exclusive.
The graphics are often good.
Yeah.
Moving on. Microsoft has just purchased for $90 billion an NFT of a monkey wearing a baseball cap. The most realistic out of all of the options. The most likely to be true.
Yeah.
Right then, so that was all of the ones for the first answer. Which was does one of them stand out to you as being the worst answer?
Well, I mean the bonus points, but we can't.
Well, we could both get a point, I guess.
It's a bit arrogant of us to say that. Oh, we put ourselves in it and we won.
Well, it's the funniest one because it's the least. It's the worst answer. It's the least likely thing to happen.
Well, best for us though.
Microsoft wouldn't purchase us for like $90. So I'm gonna. Shall we give it to you because you said it first?
Oh, okay. Cheers.
So, well, you were the worst for round one. Right. Moving on to round number 2. The question is: I can't believe the main cast, Hermione, Harry, and.
Do you want to start that again?
It's
Jokes all about delivery, and you can't read it. It's not going to work.
Okay, I can't believe the main cast have been replaced by blank in the Chamber of Secrets remake.
Okay.
So Harry, Ron, and Hermione.
Yeah, an Xbox, a PS2, and a GameCube.
I'd prefer to play that. Alvin and the Chipmunks. Probably my worst one, but there's
you get a
three of
little
them, I
chuckle
think.
because it caught me off guard. What about... I have to read the whole one out for this one to work. I can't believe Harry, Ron, and Hermione have been replaced by a vegan alternative in the Chamber of Secrets remake.
It should be as substituted. For...
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
I can't believe that the main cast have been replaced by those dog robots they make at Boston Dynamics with cardboard cutouts of the character faces on them in the Chamber of Secrets remake.
That is good. Those things freak me out, man. They're so weird. Okay. I can't believe Harry, Ron, and Hermione have been replaced by a Harry-flavoured Bertie Bott every flavoured bean, a Hermione-flavoured Bertie Bott every flavoured bean, and a Ron-flavoured Bertie Bott every flavoured bean, which tastes of Horlicks, because he's always tired.
And then my last one is, I can't believe the main cast have been replaced by more beans!
Is that another klaxon? Is that?
It's half a klaxon. It was a quiet whiff of a klaxon in the background. Both bean related.
I like the dogs.
Yeah,
I haven't thought about them for a long time, and then I've just thought about them then.
Okay, right. That was the worst answer then. So that's 1 point each to both of us. And then the next one is: have you heard of this new Square Enix RPG?
Okay, I've only got two for this one, and they're both quite lame. So
Shall I go first then? Then
you go first. Yeah.
Okay, my first one is Oblong Strategy.
So simple. Why did I tear my hair out over this?
To people that don't know, they just released a game called Triangle Strategy.
All right, I've got after Near Gestalt and Near Automata, we've got Near Far Wherever You Are.
It works.
Made myself cringe right in that one.
My next one is there's a bit of a harsh one as well. Babylon Fell.
That wasn't even them, was it? That was Platinum.
Yeah, they did Babylon's Fall, didn't they?
I thought it was Platinum Games.
Yeah, no, they published it, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I
think, otherwise I've just done a really bad dig. They're not even anything to do with it.
Okay, their new RPG is called Final Fantasy Epicurean of the Big Food Shop.
Wait, say it again.
The Epicurean of the Big Food Shop.
Brilliant. Oh dear. All right, my last one is have you heard of this new Square Enix RPG, The Chronicles of Tri-Mana Dynasty Quest for Scarlet Chaos 7 Anniversary Edition Re-Paradise Dreaming, and this time it's magical.
Whoa, Klaxon, we've got the same one.
You got it identical.
Yeah. I was actually thinking of doing one like that, but I was just like, I don't know if anyone would get it. I would say it goes to Babylon Fell.
Okay,
if you're right.
Well, I was going to give it to myself for Oblong Strategy, but I mean, as long as we can agree I'm the worst, then that's all that matters, really.
Yeah. Maybe Oblong Strategy is better. Oblong is such an underrated word as well.
Yeah, I know. I think it's because at first I was like Circle Strategy, and I was like, no, Oblong's such a funny word anyway. Like, why would you ever say that instead of rectangle? Yeah. Anyway, do you want to take the next one then?
So the next one I've got written down as blank is getting a custom Xbox model, and it has blank.
Okay, Apple is getting a custom Xbox model, and it will have an extra £1,000 added to the price because it has a picture of a partially eaten piece of fruit on the front.
Right. Go on, mine are a lot more rude than yours. Theme Hospital is getting a custom Xbox model, and it comes with a free rectal thermometer.
Oh, wow.
You don't even know how many things I went through to land on rectal. Not like that.
You got to get
the end on rectal thermometer.
Ollie, keep it focused on the show. I don't. Your personal life, you don't need to share it with. Yeah. Right, my one is the Zelda franchise is getting a custom Xbox model, and it will be in the shape of a treasure chest. It will play the chest opening music when you eject a disc. It will also have the Triforce logo on the top and project it onto the ceiling when you power it on. And it's not a
God.
joke. I just want it. Like, that's just a thing that I want. Yeah, it's not a joke.
You wouldn't be able to play Zelda on it.
Yeah, but I could turn it on and off, put disc in and out.
I've also got a Nintendo one because Nintendo are getting a custom Xbox model and it comes with a free lawsuit.
Wait, do they keep having lawsuits, Nintendo?
Nintendo keeps suing anyone that takes any of their IP, don't they?
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
they would sue. I explained the joke. They would sue Microsoft for taking Nintendo.
Yeah, they would license it to Microsoft to do a Nintendo one and then sue them for releasing a Nintendo one because they hid a little clause in.
Exactly.
Tom Cruise is getting a custom Xbox model and it will do all of its own stunts.
Okay. That is good. Okay. Xbox Live Network is getting its own Xbox model, and it comes with a 13-year-old boy who says horrible things to you.
Wait, what?
Xbox Live Network.
Oh, just from like people online. Yeah. Oh my God.
I think if you have to say "wait, what," it doesn't get a point.
No, it does. It does because it's not you. It's just me being slow. But yeah, no, it makes perfect sense. To me, I just feel like that's just every Xbox.
Yeah,
that's just what Xbox.
Well, I thought the idea that they would celebrate it by doing that would.
Yeah, that's the special thing. What do you reckon then? What was the worst answer?
Rectal thermometer.
Yeah. Yeah, I think just because you had to say that word makes it the worst.
It's just a piece of medical equipment. Don't be so childish.
And that's why you chose that over like any other piece of medical equipment. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to read out this last one.
Okay.
I'm going to say up front, I really struggle with this one because this guy is a loon. So it's hard to think of things that he hadn't actually said.
Yeah.
Peter Molyneux promised you can do this in his new game.
If you peel the final layer off the onion in his Confused mobile game, you can become his surrogate child and move into his household.
That's quite a good deal. That's also quite close to what he actually did, isn't it?
Yeah, you remember that?
Yeah, I do
the curiosity
remember that,
thing. Yeah, so you get to become his child and move in with him, join his family if you peel the final layer off.
Also, that guy was like, oh yeah, they called 22 cans, or whatever they called, like contacted him once, and then that was it. Like,
yeah, he was meant to win like a cut of the money from their goddess game.
He was
meant
to be like the director
released.
or something, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was meant to be a god in the game,
Yeah.
and then make money, and they just never did.
Okay. Peter Molyneux promised you can do this in his next game. He said you can taste it.
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff he always just saying. He was like, oh yeah, you can really feel, like you're there, and he's always just saying stuff.
It's
like
a revolution. You can taste it.
Peter Molyneux promised in his next game you can finally release Milo from his digital prison.
God, I love Milo.
But there's probably a lot of people watching this who don't know who Milo is. Look up Milo. Milo Peter Molyneux.
MYLO. Look up that demo that he played. Poor guy. I wonder where that kid is now.
That totally legit demo that was actually a game that could be played like that.
And the bit where Milo throws the swimming goggles at the camera, and then the woman pretends to catch it, and Peter Molyneux comes in like, "What do you see there? Is she actually trying to catch the goggles?" It's like,
yeah.
Right,
he's like, we found everyone does that. It's like, no, they wouldn't. Like, maybe children. Like, like the first time they showed like the train in the cinema and they all ran out. You showed to those guys; they'll all be trying to catch it. No one else will.
Peter Molyneux promised that you can only play multiplayer by yourself and play single player with other people.
I mean, it makes no sense. So I feel like it's a good answer because it just feels quite real. I feel like that's the sort of thing he would say. It's just not a bad answer.
That was actually what Nintendo once said about Pokemon.
Oh, really?
They were intending for you to, you trade.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, we always intended for you to trade on your own. And they were like, yeah, it's called interpersonal multiplaller. It's like, mate.
Feels like a Hideo Kojima thing. Like, is that Strand Games? Is that
transferring? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All right, my final one. Peter Molyneux promised you can do this in his new game. You can live a full life in a 100% accurate recreation of the universe, and your favorite childhood pet that died will be there. They only ever made one Matrix film. The disc is edible, and we're asking for £5,000 on Kickstarter to make this possible, and it'll be out at the end of the year. Please support us.
That is good. I had a Kickstarter one as well. Actually, I was going to say I didn't write it down because I think it was that funny, but so maybe I'll say it would be even less funny. But it was like, if you're a Kickstarter backer, you get to be in the game, but if you get killed in the game, someone will kill you in real life.
So what we're trying to do is we're trying to make it. So.
Cool. So I guess for that one, I quite like your last answer.
Yeah, that's probably the most Peter Molyneux-y one.
Yeah, I like the disc is edible. That's a nice. That's
because it ties into your one. When you said about like you can taste it, I was like, yeah.
Yeah, I did like the vagueness of taste it. That's the only thing I wrote down.
I think it is between those two.
Yeah.
I feel like you captured the essence of him without being too specific. Yeah. You know, like it's not just a direct copy of something he has said.
Yeah.
But
it's close though.
Yeah. Right, which one's worse? We've got to pick between the two.
Well, I've told you my vote. It's up to you. I voted first.
I'm gonna say yours. So you're the worst. So congratulations, Ollie. With that, it was 3-2, but it was close. We were both bad.
Yeah.
But you were officially the worst. So you won. Congratulations on being the worst out of the two of us.
I look forward to watching back this heavily edited video.
Well, I'm going to heavily edit it. I'm just going to cut all of me out, and it's going to be just your bits.
With like canned laughter.
Yeah, no, just no laughter. Just like just you, and then the bits when I was laughing, and you're going, just them left in.
The sound of like crying.
But yeah, no, I had a blast. That was good fun. I was so excited to, it's just like presents. It's so like it's equally fun to give presents and receive them. I was looking forward to seeing your reaction, and then I was looking forward to hearing your answers, and you didn't disappoint me. So yeah, I had a blast. Hopefully you enjoyed it as well. That's the end here. There'll be more in the future. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.